Hey my trash stars, it's me, Penny Angela. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the beginning of something new for this channel, which is my snob list. The word snob is something people are so afraid to use, but I don't mind saying I'm a snob. I don't mind saying I'm a gatekeeper, girl boss. I don't mind using those words as forms of endearment. I do have to finish this video kind of fast because I am all dressed up because I am working on a project. So I'm about to head down to the studio with one of my close girlfriends here in LA, and we are going to do some fun stuff. But before I head out and do that, I decided to do a little video. So the snob list will be basically a list of things that I've been enjoying during the month. So I'll be doing these videos at the end of the month. You probably are more familiar with, oh, these are my March favorites. These are my favorites of the month. I'm not doing a favorites, I'm doing a snob list. If you want to be a snob, fun snob, a sexy snob, a provocateur, if you will, I'm going to show you all of these stuff I've been enjoying, watching, reading, eating, feeling for the month of January. Obviously, if you're not living under a rock, you know the month of January has been quite freaking chaotic everywhere in the world. Kind of feels like the longest freaking month ever to exist is the month of January, which okay, I don't know if I like that. It's almost over, so yay! I'm so fucking crazy. Just stop cursing. You gotta get that off the snob list, man. Okay, anyway, if you haven't already, please subscribe and follow my channel. I am trying to reach 4,000 subscribers. I've been being persistent and consistent every single week. I'm finally putting my foot down on this YouTube shiz, so it would mean so much to me if you guys support and follow me here, subscribe. Let's get into my snob list for the month of January. For the month of January, let's discuss books. I've been reading this book since last year, and last year I have not been reading that much. This year I told myself I am taking less time on my phone, more time reading books and doing other things. Getting close to finishing Bluebeard's Castle by author and director Anna Biller. I got this book signed at Book Soup here in Los Angeles. It says my name, 2 Penny. I don't know if that's gonna focus. It says 2 Penny, Anna Biller. She follows me on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. So yeah, Anna, I love you, girl. She is awesome. This book is so good. It is probably like one of my all-time favorite books. I am now in chapter 24. There are 36 chapters to this book. I feel every woman that is an introvert, that is a hopeless romantic, reads this book. I feel so connected to the character Judith because I feel like I would have fell for everything that she has fallen for. I have fallen for these tactics by a man several times, unfortunately, in my life. On the back, a provocative work that adds layers of meaning as one becomes addicted to this page-turner of a book. Bluebeard's Castle is a bit of Alfred Hitchcock mixed with Andre Breton's Nausea. Ecstasy, it is fantasy, it is horror, it is feminist in ways, romance novel, it's a cautionary tale. I definitely recommend this book. So this has been something I've been loving for the month of January. Also, there's another book that I want to love. I just haven't bought it because I'm not going to buy any books until I finish reading the books I have. But it is featured in my vlog that I posted of me going to see The Last Showgirl. That vlog where I was looking at a book, and I'm going to leave that book somewhere here. That book is called Film for Her. It's a book of memories and pictures that this woman, I forget her name, the author, captured on film. It's like a visual diary of poetry, film photography, and thoughts. Collection of memories, feelings, poems. It's so beautiful. But as I said, I want to finish reading the books I have before I purchase new books. But also, Barnes & Noble's like, they charge too much. It's like $10 less on Amazon. So to me, I will be buying the book on Amazon instead. I really, really like the style of that book, and I will definitely likely use that book as forms of inspiration for my poetry book that I will be making. I will be making a poetry book. I know we spoke about this, y'all. The poetry book, as I said, I'm making a promise. 2025, I will have a book out. Like, there will be a book of my writing somewhere in this world by the end of this year, by the grace of God. So we will be doing that. I really love the visual diary intertwined with poetry aspect of the book. I read a few of the poems at Barnes & Noble's, and always sirens in LA. And I really enjoyed it. So, well, yes. Next on the snob list, we are going to be discussing food and drinks. The girl does eat. Yes, I lost basically 100 pounds. Yes, I still eat. Duh. The first thing on my snob list for food and drink is low calorie ice cream. I've been loving the Favorites Day ice cream from Target. They have a delicious chocolate and peanut butter, 350 calories, over 24 grams or so of protein, the entire pint of ice cream. It is so delicious. I have never eaten the whole pint one go, but I technically could because it's only 350 freaking calories, which is nothing for a pint of ice cream. It is so bomb. I keep a pint in my fridge at all times. It's currently not in my fridge, but I will likely get one later today. Well, yes. Another food I've been loving is Greek yogurt bowls. Now, if you are in a weight loss journey, you and Greek yogurt, there's Miss Mojo. You and Greek yogurt, you guys are likely intertwined and twins at this point. I friggin' love Greek yogurt. I've been making these delicious Greek yogurt bowls with PB2, which is the peanut butter powder. It's less calories than actual peanut butter. Sugar-free pudding mix, either a chocolate or a cheesecake, whatever. Bananas. I'll add like a fun chocolate trail mix or like some crunched up Oreo thins. I mix it all together and it's so delicious. So that's definitely a part of the snob list for the month of January for food. Also peanut butter. I used to friggin' hate peanut butter. So I don't know if it's like the whole protein vibes, but lately I've been loving peanut butter and chocolate. I am always and primarily an almond butter kind of girl. I love almond butter. Nothing beats almond butter. Almond butter, sunflower butter. Have you all ever had sunflower butter? Oh my God. But lately, I've been into peanut butter. I think initially the reason I didn't like peanut butter is because I grew up poor and peanut butter and jelly was something that like I kind of had to eat out of necessity. So I did feel like really traumatic. It was like traumatizing eating peanut butter. To this day, like I will not eat a ghetto peanut butter. I'm not going to eat like a 99-cent store peanut butter. I have the PB2 powder, but if I were to buy actual peanut butter, I'm going to buy a Trader Joe's or a Whole Foods, like organic. Can't do like the Jif stuff anymore. Like, I can't. I've been craving eggplant, and I feel like this is definitely going to end up on my snob list for February at the end of the month. I've been craving eggplant. I want to make eggplant lasagna. Trader Joe's like eggplant thing in a can, and it's so delicious. There's this eggplant thing at Trader Joe's, this eggplant bread with like garlic and something. I have it somewhere in my fridge. I mean, in my cabinet. I haven't used it yet, but I've used it before. Mwah! It's so freaking good. I love eggplant. The last two things on my snob list for the month of January for food are these snacks. Let's talk about Prime Bites. Also press. Yeah, these are so freaking bomb. I bought these off the TikTok shop! The TikTok shop! The TikTok shop! Yes, I did. I bought these off the TikTok shop, motherfucker. Yeah. Anyway, I bought the blueberry one and they came with like these 4 extra flavors. But I also bought like this flavor, GNC. This is the red velvet. That's the red velvet flavor. And then we have, this is my favorite all-time flavor. It's the chocolate cookie monster. So delicious. This is the one I have a box of. This is the blueberry cobbler. I cannot recommend these enough. This was the first one I've ever tried and it tastes like a regular brownie. I warmed it up. I've never had them cold. I've always warmed them up in a microwave and they are delicious warmed up. You can add some sugar-free Cool Whip. Ice cream doesn't have to be low calorie ice cream. I do the low calorie one, but it's just so delicious. So I definitely recommend getting you some Prime Bites. The next thing is my lattes that I make every morning. I use the Nescafe Blonde Roast Instant Espresso, or I'll use just the regular dark roast. When I tell you, this instant espresso, it tastes so freaking good. It is like you're pulling an actual shot of espresso. I am not just saying that. I'm not getting sponsored for this, obviously. Wish I was. I wish I had a Nescafe and Nespresso sponsor. The girl does not have one. It is so good. I like to use hot water when I make my shot. You can use cold water to mix the powder, but something about the hot water, I just feel like it's more authentic to making an actual espresso shot because a shot of espresso is hot. It does form a velvety crema. It has a crema. Like, it is just so delicious and it gets you going. I am a caffeine freak. I am Queen Caffeine. If I'm telling you it's tea, trust me, it's tea. They are at Ralph's, Walmart. I also have an Amazon subscription as well, like, cause I am so obsessed with that. I don't know what I would do without the Nescafe Instant Espresso. I would lose my mind. That is for the food section of my snob list for the month of January. If we aren't creative, then who are we? Who the heck are we? I want to talk about the things I've been enjoying creatively for the month of Jan. Films and writing. I've been watching so many films this month. Random films. I don't care what they are. I've been just absorbing and learning, and it has been really important to me to get into film because of things that I want to work on and just to broaden my horizons as an artist. So I've been creatively really into the world of film and writing as always, but I've been writing in different styles, and that will all reveal itself to you guys really soon. Criterion channel. I love it there. Now I am a member. I pay $10.99 a month and I get to watch all these beautiful films, critically acclaimed, no name, blockbuster, indie film, art house films, short films. It has been such an amazing resource for me as an artist to have that catalog on deck at any time. I can turn on Criterion channel, watch a film, and pull inspiration and learn. I've been watching these films with a more attentive eye. Why is the camera angled at that way? Like noticing angles, depth, dialogue, even set design, little hand gestures. I've been noticing everything in film lately, and it has been so much fun. Speaking of film, I do have a Letterboxd account now. I'm gonna leave that down somewhere here. Follow me on Letterboxd. And I even write reviews on my Letterboxd. Like, I just don't rate the movies. I also write little reviews because I don't know, I think it's fun. I like seeing what people write on Letterboxd. I like seeing people's reviews. So I've been really enjoying that Criterion channel. Mwah. Speaking of film, I watched for the first time Experiment in Terror. Holy shiz, that movie is probably like now one of my favorite movies. I am obsessed with Experiment in Terror. So if you guys are not familiar with Experiment in Terror, it is directed by Blake Edwards and it's starring Lee Remick and Glenn Ford. And the music is composed by the magnificent, top tier Henry Mancini, and if you know me, I am a sucker for a Mancini soundtrack. His sounds are just so immaculate. Like, no one does it like Henry. The opening scene of the car, she's driving, Henry's playing in the back. Like, it is so wow. Like, I don't know, I just love that movie, and watching it, I can see inspiration that David Lynch has taken. There's like a place in that movie called Twin Peaks. Like, there's a restaurant, and I'm like, And then also like the music style, the cinematography, it is very Lynchian in its own way. It obviously came out before David Lynch was even directing. So it's been really important for me to find out my favorite directors' and my favorite directors' favorite films. Also, rest in peace, David Lynch. I love you. I miss you every single day. Overall, creatively, I've been watching more films and absorbing more art as opposed to watching trashy TV. This year, I'm going to end my subscription to Zeus Network. It no longer serves me to be watching baddies. I'm going to obviously finish this season, like whatever, I'll finish it. But I'm not going to be watching Baddies Africa. Like, once I found out they're going to Africa, I'm like, this is too much and this is not serving me anymore. I love trash TV. I still watch The Real Housewives and stuff like that, but this is trash on a like demonic scale where I don't need to be entertaining that. I've been spending more time in the arts and less time in the trash bin. That has been such a great act of service to myself. Treating my brain and my eyes as vehicles of manifestation, and what you observe and watch becomes you. And I don't want those sort of behaviors to become me. There's so much more to life than ratchet behavior and people fighting and acting crazy on Zeus Network. I want to watch things that invigorate me creatively, that make me think outside the box, that when I watched Experiment in Terror, I was like, that's another idea. That's a short film idea or something of that realm. Like, that really inspired me to want to probably work in black and white soon, or like, I don't know. I'm looking for that feeling. Those are the things that I've been enjoying creatively for the month of January. Next on my snob list, we are going to discuss beauty. Let's get into it. I am currently wearing Root For Me by MAC. So this is what I'm wearing, Root For Me by MAC. You guys, if you know me, you know I am a sucker for Night Moth by MAC, but lately, Root For Me by MAC has been my new tried and true lip liner. It's what I'm wearing right now. It is just so cute, so sexy, so natural, but it also gives you a pop. And I've been wearing it with like a Sephora liquid lip. with this lip gloss. Let's add some more. Like, how pretty is that? Well, yes, my next favorite beauty vibe has been wearing straight hair. Yeah, it's not as straight as when I first straightened it. Y'all used to seeing me with wavy or curls in my hair, but I've been really loving like the long straight look. I'm doing this like headband look today because I wanted to do like dark makeup and the headband look. So that's what we are looking like. I feel like a nun too with the cross and all the black on, but that was unintentional, but not mad at it. Shout out to the nuns, shout out to the sisters, like yes. And the last thing for beauty for the month of January that I've really been loving, oops, I got the wrong one. It's this one. So this is the e.l.f. Liquid Camo Blush, and this is in the color, it's in the shade Berry Well. I'm not even gonna try to focus that because I could hardly read it, let alone the camera, but this is what it looks like, and I'm wearing it right now on my cheeks. It is like a mix, it's a mauve pink vibe. It is perfect if you are my skin tone. If you are of my skin tone, you kind of need this. Like, this is so beautiful. I am a sucker for the e.l.f. Liquid Camo Blushes. I have it in this color, and I also have it in this color. So these are my e.l.f. Liquid Camo Blushes. So fun, sexy, girly pop, and cute. These are like $7 a pop. Rare beauty dupes, and I don't know, they stay on all day. They do the job. They look good on your skin. I have no reason to try any other liquid blush because I have these, and I don't know. The proof is right here. Well, yes, that's another thing for the month of Jan. I can't stop saying, well, yes. Okay, anyway, we have 4 things to talk about. Now we are going to talk about trash, okay? Because I call you guys my trash stars. I am always a student of trashy. My trashy obsession for the month of January has been My 600-Pound Life. I've been watching the latest season. I am enjoying it. Now, we all watched My 600-Pound Life before. Don't act like you haven't. Maybe problematic, but I don't care. I've been watching it on my walking pad. Yes, I have. I've been watching My 600-Pound Life while I work out in the morning, and it's just been interesting to watch. Like, I love watching that show. It's like the human mind that like stokes me sometimes. This is why I wanted to study psychology in college, but I didn't. Probably should have studied that and not what I got my degree in, because I probably would be living a more lavish life. But I am creative and I chose a somewhat useless degree. I love when there's someone that's like really determined, they're gonna get the help. But I also find it interesting where some of them are just so delusional. So on this season, there's this one girl where she is like determined that the scale is lying to her, that the scale that Dr. Nell is sending over to her, weekly weigh-ins, whatever, that it's lying, that the scale isn't calibrated right, it's not zeroed out right, not tiered at the right whatever, it's not at the right angle. And she's like, no, I know I lost weight, I know I lost 100 pounds. And Dr. Nell is like, the scale doesn't lie, you did not lose 100 pounds. She stopped working with him. She's like, I'm gonna do it all on my own. We don't know where she's at now because this is the current season. Before the episode ended, she was still like losing weight, but let's see how that lasts like throughout the year. I wish her all the best. So there's this one episode of this guy named Gary who had the nerve to say his nurses can be lazy when they wash him. Mind you, this man is over 600 pounds. Saying your nurses are lazy? Let's just call a spade here. Like, you need someone to give you a bath. It wasn't because of an accident. Like, he didn't have mobility issues. Like, that was self-inflicted. He was an addict. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening. Who are you to say someone's lazy? It's just insane. But anyway, I've been really enjoying My 600-Pound Life. As for music, y'all, Queens of the Stone Age. I love Queens of the Stone Age, but something about them this January has been all I've been listening to is Queens of the Stone Age. And a lot of my posts about Queens of the Stone Age go viral on TikTok for whatever reason. I didn't know there was a desert rock community on TikTok. People that love like fast racing, Americana, rock and roll. There's not many rock bands like that anymore. And I love Queens of the Stone Age. Yeah, they have been all I've been listening to. I've been listening to a lot of Stone Temple Pilots, and obviously the Twin Peaks soundtrack. Again, since David's passing, I've been just diving back into his work and going back there. So haven't really been listening to much like new music lately. I would say like there hasn't been nothing like super exciting, but Queens of the Stone Age is definitely on top. If we were to wrap my Spotify for the month of January, Queens of the Stone Age, I'm sure, is like the top artist. The next thing is obsession. So for the month of January, I've been obsessed with the Criterion channel. We already discussed this. I'm just obsessed with it. I love watching the films. I love learning. I already said it, but that's what I've been obsessed with, is Criterion. And yeah, that's been my obsession. The last thing on my snob list for the month of January that I want to discuss is things that I've learned. This month, obviously a lot has been going on. It's been fires, it's been horrific. Plane crash just happened like 2 days ago. A lot has happened. David Lynch passed. Marianne Faithfull passed away yesterday. A lot has been going on in the month of January. Oh my God, I forgot to say, I've been obsessed with The Last Showgirl. That is now one of my all-time favorite movies, and I did a review on that. Go watch it if you haven't watched it already. It should definitely be posted by the time this video comes out. Last Showgirls, just had to put that in there. Okay, let's go back to what I was saying. January has been the longest first month of the year. I started the beginning of the year with a homeless man randomly throwing a rock in my window in my building, taking 2 weeks to recover and fix it. I lost a best friend that I had since high school over something that was actually so silly. But I am learning that I am not going to try to keep people in my life. I am so mature. I don't unfollow people. I don't, especially if they're like a close friend, we don't have to agree on everything. Doesn't mean we're going to get along all the time. I love my mom. We get into screaming matches. That is what it's like when you love someone, right? You don't just be like, you're out of my life because we had one disagreement. Political psychosis is just as dangerous as religious psychosis. And it's not what you think it is, you guys. Like, it's not just like QAnon or like one party. You can be the most liberal person and suffer from political psychosis. I don't think people are aware that they are experiencing a form of psychosis. So in their mind, they're like, I'm cutting off everybody. If you don't talk about this, if you talk about this, if you do this, if you do that, you're evil. I never even really discussed politics with this friend outside of like the TikTok ban. We were just talking about the TikTok ban. They got mad, they unfollowed me, sent me a text. I don't want to be your friend anymore, basically. And I'm not gonna lie and say it didn't hurt. Of course, yes, I am not a sociopath. I don't think everyone is replaceable. I am a human, okay? And that is something my ex-friend would always say, everyone is replaceable. That's a really strange thing to say. Now looking back, that friendship was probably very toxic, and I've always felt that I had to appease them in some way to keep them happy so they wouldn't leave me because like how they are. But ultimately, some people are really hard to love. Even if you love them, it's hard to love them. You have to respect other people's boundaries as well. So I'm respecting their boundaries by not being in their life anymore. They don't want me in their life. I respect their boundaries. I'm not going to DM them, text them. I don't look at their stories. No, it's done. Some people are not meant to be in your life forever. Even if you love them, you can love them from afar. That's one thing I've learned. The next thing I've learned is your art doesn't have to be good as long as the idea is good. And that is something I am sticking to. I'm working on a project and I'm like, man, the execution of this is probably really crappy. It is not good at all. But I am reminding myself that as long as I have a good idea and I know the idea was good, the idea is good. Is the execution the best? No. As long as you have a good idea, you still have something that is so valuable. Don't worry about the execution, especially when you're first starting out. David Lynch even said that the best part of failing is that you can only get better. I'm not going to get better as an artist, as a creative, unless I keep on creating. So even if the execution may not be how I envisioned it in my head, how I wrote it down, as long as I know that idea, if I had the execution, which is the experience, the money, the talent, and talent comes with experience, and the more hours you do something, the more knowledgeable you are. If I had more crew or whatever, like this could be a better idea that's executed the way it should be because it is a good idea. So as long as you have a good idea, don't let the amateur execution make you feel like you're less than, because that is not the truth. Don't psych yourself out. Also, I've been obsessed with my iPad, my Apple Pencil. Love these things. This will be on every snob list. But yes, that is my snob list for the month of January. Let me know if you guys like this idea, if you want me to keep doing a little snob list for the end of each month. Some snob lists may be longer or shorter than the others. It all depends on what are my new fixations and obsessions and loves for that month. If you guys haven't already, please follow me here and on TikTok, Instagram, Substack, Letterboxd. All those names will be linked below. I love you guys so much, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.